can somebody say that Jesus died because he didn't have money?
Money problem led Christ to the cross.
That they used 30 pieces of silver to kill him.
For 30 pieces of silver, Judas sold Jesus.
That if he was rich, it wouldn't have succeeded.
Poverty in the life of one of his disciples is the reason why they nailed him.
There are people that are in churches where they don't believe in what is preached, but they are there because of networking. They are in love with money. They are serving mammon. They are not serving God. They are in churches and they know that what is preached there is not correct. But they will say, all my friends are here. How will I live? If I leave and something happen, who will I run to? So their motivation for being in a church is monetary. They are corrupt. They are not serving Jesus. They are not serving God. They are not serving God at all. They are serving mammon. They are serving themselves. A wrong relationship. There are even people that follow me online. They know that where they go to, what they are hearing from me is being corrupted. But because of what they are going to gain, they will rather divide themselves into two. They hear the gospel, they go and get corrupted. They come and hear the gospel. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and let not that man think that he shall receive anything from the Lord. If your eye is double, your body will be full of darkness. If your eye is single, your body will be full of light.
Church is a sacred place where the focus of their preaching and teaching is around Jesus. It doesn't matter what name is on the billboard or the notice board of the church, whether it is Jesus International or Jesus the Father, the Son, and
Poverty is a sign of ungodliness. To be poor means there is sin in your life. Unfortunately, people think it is those that are rich that have sin in their life. Never trust the holiness of a poor man. Listen.
There are people that are in churches where they don't believe in what is preached, but they are there because of networking. They are in love with money.
Everybody hear me. People don't know scriptures. For 30 pieces of silver, Judas sold Jesus. So, money problem led Christ to the cross. Poverty in the life of one of his disciples is the reason why they nailed him.
This man, you're a liar. Stop be misleading people. Stop be trying to cajole people to a bondage where they will not see a way of escape. And I blame all those people sitting down there looking at him, making a caricature of the gospel. I blame them because some of them there are PhD holders, some of them there are doctor, nurse, lawyers, barristers sitting down there. I think that he was saying here now, so because of money that Judas betrayed Jesus Christ. Was it because of money too that David's friend betrayed him? Was it because of money?
whose God is their stomach?
Was it because of money that David's friend too betrayed him? Because we know by right that David is a rich man, because he's a king. He's so rich, but his friends still betrayed him. People should be mindful of what they are listening to, because your mental health determines the message that you have been exposing yourself to.
Otherwise, how can somebody say that you cannot be claimed to be righteous if you are poor? That there is no poor man that is holy. That there is no poor man that is holy. So holiness is synonymous with money. In fact, somebody sent me a video where a preacher in this country said that if Jesus was rich, he wouldn't have died. That Jesus died because he was poor. That is an insult to the work of redemption. That is a total assault on the gospel. And those useless Supreme Council of hypocrites will not call such a person out, because they are members of that cabal where money is their God. When people like us preach Christ, they attack us because they are far from Christ, whose God is their stomach. How can somebody say that Jesus died because he didn't have money? That they used 30 pieces of silver to kill him. That if he was rich, it wouldn't have succeeded. He is even worse than Peter, who said, Jesus, you will not die. And Jesus said, get thee behind me, Satan, because you are an offense to the things of God. You savour not the things that be of God. So Jesus came to the earth not to die, or what? And that is a message in an entire convention, global convention, that if Jesus had money, that when Joseph of Arimathea showed up, who was a billionaire, he told Herod, I know that guy is my guy. Herod said, oh, we didn't know you know him. We wouldn't have killed him. Anyway, we are sorry for killing him. You can have his body. That it took a millionaire to just collect the body and bury it. These people, I don't know whether they even read Bible, or they just read village parables or village tales by moonlight. Jesus came to the earth to die. Ought not Christ, oh fools, oh zoomy, oh fools, slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Ought not Christ to have suffered these things and to enter into his glory? Jesus said, the poor you will always have. The poor you will always have. I'm sure they have not read in the book of Revelation where Jesus spoke to them through the angel and said, because you thought you are rich, because you thought you've acquired things, he said, but you don't know that you are naked, you are wretched, you are poor, you are blind. He said, because you thought you have acquired material things, you've acquired all kinds of cars, all kinds of money, you have lied to God's people, emptied their pocket, collected all their monies, and used it to build a luxurious life for yourself at the expense of their own living. You do not know that you are wretched, you are poor, you are blind. Revelation 3:17, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and thou knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. Look at the next verse. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich. Sitting to hear me teach this morning is the greatest wealth you can ever have. That thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with oil salve, that thou mayest see. Whoever is the spiritual father of such pastors needs to cover his face in shame and call them to the backyard in the kitchen and take them through class 101, in fact 001, so they stop disgracing him. Well, I don't blame them. Some of them, the father is as bad as the sons. So you can't worship God beyond what you know. That's what took us into that journey. You can't worship God beyond what you know. Somebody told me somebody somewhere is challenging the position I had when I said the California fires are not the judgment of God. And the preacher is telling the story that when the California, when they don't know Bible, they use stories. They use stories, vain philosophy, idle fancies, high sounding nonsense. Paul said, though an angel or we come from heaven and preach anything to you other than what has been preached, he said, let us be anathema. He said one of the persons in the California fire had a vision, and his conclusion of God's judgment on California was a vision of a man. Look how empty he is, very empty, doting about nothing. Have you ever seen where God destroyed the righteous and the unrighteous? In the entire Bible. Even in the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, God said, no, I cannot destroy the righteous with the unrighteous. If I find 5 righteous, I will not destroy the city. Are you telling me there are no 5 righteous people in California? What's wrong? Do you think at all? Anaginosko. Are you reading without paying attention? God has never destroyed the righteous with the unrighteous. Moreover, today is the day of salvation. There can be no destruction in the day of salvation. Today is the accepted time. Today is the day of God's grace and favors that profusely abound. Today is the day of jubilee. And it's not the will of God for anybody to perish. So God is long suffering, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. And God has no pleasure in the death of the wicked. So we are sent to carry the gospel and keep preaching it until all the nations of the earth are blessed. But one day will come when the day of grace will be over, and that will be the end of the age, and that is where judgment begins. If I'm teaching, say I hear you. We said, come, let us teach you Bible. You are doing gra gra. Little boys will be correcting you now. I'm being merciful to correct you like this.